Hello Year 1, today I'm going to read When Angus Met Alvin by Sue Pickford. I hope you enjoy it. Angus was not the usual sort of alien. He didn't eat grunters or kebabs, rockets made his ears ring and laser guns scared him silly. In fact, what he enjoyed best in the whole universe was being in his garden where it was nice and quiet. One day, while Angus was hanging out the washing, a strange spaceship crashed right in the middle of his lawn and made the most monstrous mess. When the dust settled, the door creaked open. And another alien jumped out. "Hi, I'm Alvin," he announced. "I've come to show you my special space skills." "I'd rather you had some cleaning up skills," replied Angus crossly, looking at his ruined garden. "Look, I can fly," bragged Alvin. "Well, so can I," said Angus. "Pah, boring," scoffed Alvin. "Now this is what you call skill." He switched on his jet boots and started whizzing round and round and upside down. "Stop!" yelled Angus as twigs and leaves went everywhere. But Alvin couldn't hear him over the racket. "See," he laughed, landing with a thud. "Now do something else. Go on." So Angus twisted his ears, once to the left and twice to the right. Suddenly, a huge tuft of pink feathers came sprouting out of his head. But Alvin twisted his own ears until so many feathers grew you could hardly see him underneath them all. But that wasn't the end of it. Oh no. He then did a dozen cartwheels and pulverized all the prize pansies. Ta-da! Right now, Angus wished that he could teletransport Alvin to a faraway place, but he didn't have the faintest clue how. Then he had an idea. "Hey, Alvin, I bet you can't do this." Holding his breath, Angus jumped on the spot with his arms stretched right up until he started to blow up like a balloon. He got bigger and fatter and rounder until he was so big he was touching the clouds. "Pah!" shouted Alvin. "I can do that juggling 4 bananas at the same time." So he did, and he got bigger and fatter and rounder. In fact, he got 1,000,000 times bigger and rounder and fatter until he bumped into the pointy bit of a star, and all the air came out, whooshing out, making him shrink to the size of a thumb. He fell into a bowl of soup that belonged to Mrs. Evans from number 11 Ensbury Avenue, Earth, before bouncing off into a Gruntazorg's nest. Finally, he bounced right back into Angus's garden. "I suppose you think this is funny," squeaked Alvin. "Listen," said Angus, trying not to laugh. "I've got some magic stardust that will get you back to normal, but it will only work if you behave yourself." "Behaving is another one of my special skills," piped tiny weeny Alvin. So Angus sprinkled the magic stardust onto Alvin. Without any further hesitation, Alvin offered to make tea. He laid the table and immediately grew to the size of a hamster. He baked a cosmic cake and grew to the size of a hedgehog. He made bananas sandwiches and grew to the size of a hound. Finally, he poured the tea and soon he was completely back to Alvin's size again. To celebrate, Angus and Alvin sat down together and ate every delicious morsel, washed down with lots of tea. Suddenly, Alvin looked at his intergalactic timepiece. "Oh no," he gasped. "I've got to go. My mum will go bonkers if I'm late." "I'll be back when I have more special skills to show you. See you soon." and he whizzed away, waving to his new friend. Not too soon, I hope, smiled Angus as he settled back into the peace and quiet of his garden. Where have you been? I was worried sick. Sorry, Mum. And that's the end of our book. I hope you enjoyed that.